This is Miss Pence, and her body was recently found, and they say there's nothing suspicious about it, but she was found naked in the woods, so let's see. Our story comes from the Tricity Leisure. These cities are so big they get one newspaper for 3 cities once a week. Big city, woohoo! That's what they call us, a rural city. Missing woman's body found. No foul play expected as officers find the body of nude Colorado woman in Monroe County. Yeah, most people walk around in cold weather nude. Yes, of course, there's no reason to suspect anything. She's from Colorado. She's used to the cold. That's why she did it. Don't y'all know about all those nude parks out there in Colorado? Monroe County Sheriff Tom Boatwright said that on Tuesday, the investigation into the death of a Colorado woman found dead last Thursday in Monroe County remains ongoing. No cause of death has been determined in the case. As of Tuesday morning, he said, the remains of Cheryl Louise Pence, age 56, Rye, Colorado, were found Thursday morning in Monroe County, just south of the Wilcox County line. Free state of Wilcox County. Where were you? Pence had been missing since December 31st when she and her son, Michael Brandon McBee, age 37, also of Rye, Colorado, were seen entering the woods off St. Francis Road, west of McWilliams in Wilcox County. So, were you found, or did you just leave your mom out there? Members of the Monroe Rescue Squad helped locate McBean on January 3rd. McBean was found in an extremely dehydrated condition and was transported to the hospital in Camden for treatment. After his release from the hospital, Wilcox County law enforcement officials questioned McBean about Pence's disappearance and later released him from custody. So you went into the woods with your mom. You got separated from her somehow. You gave good enough answers, they let you walk. And yet your mom is still out in the woods. Well, did your happy butt go out in the woods and start looking for her? Last Thursday, around 10 a.m., a hunter attempted to enter a shooting house near Beatrice, found the door locked from the inside, Boatwright said. A search team looking for Pence was already in the area, so the hunter notified them of the locked shooting house. When they investigated, they found Pence's remains. So he didn't try to get in. Okay. Investigators do not believe that foul play was involved, but Pence's remains were sent to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences to determine her cause of death. Could be exposure at this point in the game if she was naked. Investigators believe Pence entered the shooting house to shelter against the cold weather, according to Pence's niece, Cheryl Hathaway, of, here it says missing, page 11A. This is where they expect you to stop reading. Kind of like when you have to hit that read more, and a lot of you just read that first paragraph and you don't read more, and you miss the real truth because that first paragraph is just your song and dance. For the Paul Harvey version, because we turned the page. McKinley, Texas. So that's where the Hathaway woman's from. Why I needed to know that, I don't know, because she didn't tell me who the hunter was, and he's local. And I would probably know him, but you didn't tell me that on purpose, because, see, you don't want me to have a conversation with him to see what he saw. Yeah, that's how that works. Pence was naked when found inside the shooting house. Hathaway said some of Pence's clothes were found, but not her pants. Hathaway said the missing woman was wearing only a thin tank top, jeans, and sandals when she went missing. Y'all didn't find her pants. She was naked in the shooting house. She had a tank top on. We were expecting cold weather. The front was moving in. But you started this article off saying, there's nothing to see. And on the first page, we were still at nothing to see. In the first paragraph on the page when I flip, all of a sudden we find out she didn't have any pants on. She's naked in the shooting house. All her clothes strode everywhere. But that's okay, because we were only expecting it to snow on Friday, which it did flurry, and for Alabama that's pretty good, but nonetheless, hello. Pence was found 1 mile from where her vehicle was abandoned on St. Francis Road in the opposite direction of where McBean was found, Hathaway said. So y'all went in separate directions. That's not what you said originally. You said they went into the woods, which, if we went in separate directions, that would technically be true with very careful wording, because you implied they went into the woods together to frolic in the woods together, not to seek something out separately, which in Monroe County, that was probably not a good idea. Better than some places. But a lot of these places, they small towns, they know everybody. You can't hardly go to the bathroom, and I'm cleaning this phrase up, can't hardly go to the bathroom in one end of the county without the other end of the county knowing. That's just the way it is. And I've been down here for 35 years, and I still get, "You ain't from here, are you?" looks from people. So you can imagine how people from somewhere else might get, "You ain't from here, are you?" from the get-go. Because that "you ain't from around here, are you?" it's kind of hard to outlive. I'm still working on it. It's 35 years in. But we have hope. Hathaway and family members have no idea what Pence and McBee were doing. Well, he's alive. Ask him. They don't know what they were doing in Wilcox County, nearly 1,400 miles from their home in Colorado. Hathaway said that Pence worked as a successful flood insurance adjuster and was in Florida working on December 27th. Pence's cell phone was either turned off or its battery died on that day, and relatives lost contact with her, Hathaway says. What would have McBean? He had a phone. McBean traveled to Florida to find his mother, and relatives believe that they met in Pensacola, Florida, Hathaway said. So at first it sounded like maybe he went to looking for her body, or looking for her because she was missing. Now you say they met up together. How you know that, Miss Hathaway? Does his cell phone say that? Authorities later located McBean's vehicle at a hotel in Orange Beach. Hathaway said, Orange Beach is a little far from Monroe County. Relatives don't know why. McBean and Pence got into Pence's small Volkswagen Beetle car and drove to Wilcox County on Friday, Hathaway said. Pence's Volkswagen was later found stuck near 122 St. Francis Road, which is about 4 miles due west of McWilliams and about 5 miles northeast of Rickard Mill Historic Park near Beatrice, Alabama. We think they were driving in the woods and got to a place where they couldn't go any further because the car they were in just wasn't capable of driving on those kinds of roads. Miss Hathaway, what you mean by that? We got dirt roads, and if it's got potholes, then you gotta play dodge the pothole like the rest of us. But they are drivable. And we have asphalt roads. We got a lot of asphalt roads. We's rural city. We ain't rural. We rural city. And Beatrice, they more rural city than we are. Just saying. Hathaway said that she and her family are devastated by Pence's death. Yes, that's your mother. You're expected to be devastated. That would be normal. It doesn't seem real yet. It won't for a long time. And even years later, you'll still reach for the phone. I have news for you. She was such a joyful person and always making sure that people around her were happy. Well, that's nice. My mom was much the same. This truly doesn't feel real. It will not for a long time. You have a year first to go through, bare minimum. Cheryl has 3 kids and 5 grandbabies, and I hate that they lost her grandmother. Her only daughter just had her first baby in December. Cheryl hadn't met the baby yet. Well, that's a shame. There is a lot of pain from this, and we are completely brokenhearted. Yes, and we are truly sorry for your loss. But I'm trying to figure out how they say nothing is wrong. I would be having some serious conversations with my brother if I were you. At any rate, he's going to have survivor's guilt. So I'd work on that. What are your thoughts? I hate that their family's dead, but the fact that she's from Colorado and over here, found in Alabama, and y'all say there's nothing wrong and you didn't find her pants, makes me question that. I pray for your family. I pray for your brother. He's going to have survivor's guilt. There's no mention of it in the Pensacola newspaper. So that's interesting if they met up in Pensacola. There's no mention of it in the Orange Beach newspaper. I looked. So Miss Pence probably deserved better than that. I haven't looked in her hometown. Probably need to look in Rye, Colorado, and see if they said anything. Thank you for watching. I'll let you know if I find anything in Rye, Colorado about Miss Pence.